All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostle elders in New York, GMS, and salutations to Yakim around the world that's teaching the truth and putting your lives on the line for it. My name is Maya Ka'ala, Bun Gad, West Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, speckled birds scattered abroad. All right, speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated with any black identity string groups. We are not affiliated with any Eastern groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. Okay, and again, black is a color, not a nationality. All right, the Israelites are a brown complexion people. They range from very dark brown to very light brown. Okay. And right here, man, I have right here. Some of you may recognize him, some may not. Those who live abroad or those into history of chocolate candy. All right, and this is from the Germany. I'm trying to pronounce the best I can. The Sarotti Mohr. All right. Now, these couple past weeks, Esau been being accusing people of being anti-Semitic. All right, but isn't this anti-Semitic right here? You mocking the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and in this case, the so-called Negroes. All right, because whether you believe or not, the Moors are Shemitic descent. All right, and number two, right here, this fit the prophecy of Deuteronomy 28:37 that marks the Moors as the Israelites, man. Because the Moors been mocked all throughout advertisement. They've been called different names and stuff. Moor, that's a bad word. Moor, it come from I believe the Latin word Morris, which means Westerner. It also means somebody just dark skinned, man. And in other words, they said what, black or more. All right, you just saying black, and those are bad words, man. All right, those are not nationalities. All right, you didn't read the curse right here. It says, my script. It says Deuteronomy. I'm gonna start with this Deuteronomy 28 and 45, 46. It said, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandments, his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for one upon thy seed forever. Right? So this is one of the curses, man. All right, and let's read one of them. It said Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. It says, and thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where Yahweh shall lead it. This is the perfect example, man. When you see a so-called Negro, when you see a so-called Native American, so-called Latino that's used in the advertisement, you got what, Uncle Ben, Ain't Your Mama. All right, with Jemima and Ben, those are Hebrew words to give you clues who they are. And so this right here, man. All right, Jose, what's one where they make Mexican food? Jose Ole. All right, Jose comes. Is the well-known word of saying Yawasab. Hebrew means add on to. And Ole means what? Praise Allah. All right, praise Allah. All right. All right, because Allah, that's also a Lashawan Kadash word. All right, Paleo Hebrew word. It means power, man. All right. So right here, you have Sarotti. You have right here the Moor, which is Israelite. All right, and this is one to probably go to Psalms 44. It says what? It says it said Salak, Psalms 44 verse uh Sarotti 44 verse 30. It said, "Thou makest reproach our neighbor, a scorn, a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest a byword among the heathen, a shaking of head among the people." Right? This is scorn and derision, man. To be mocked, to make fun of. All right, because nobody's actually dark like this, man. Ain't nobody walking on the earth like this, man. All dark, all black like ink, man. With red lips like that and eyes just glowing, man. All right, and you can see right here is you go back to Deuteronomy 28. It says what the curse should come up. Deuteronomy 20:15. It said if it shall come to pass that what we don't obey the law, such commandment, this will happen, man. And you look at his clothing, he have what? He has Islamic clothing on, because that's what happened. The Moors, they converted to Islam in 7th century, then in Morocco, because you had Jakes that was living in Morocco before a couple years before they invaded Spain. All right, under General Tariq. All right, because majority of the Moors, those were Israelites. Because the Moor consists of what? Jews, Christians, Israelites that believe in Christianity. Then you have what? Muslims, was the Moors, Israelites that believe in Islam. Then you had what? The Syrians. Then you had the Egyptians. All right, so so those first three, man, those are Israelites, man. All right, right here it's and then it was said they was going that the Israelites was going to turn to other doctrines, man. All right, go right here, Deuteronomy 31, and this it says Deuteronomy 31 verse 20 says, this is Moses talking. It says, "For I know thy rebellion, thy stiff neck. Behold, while I'm yet alive with you this day, you have been rebellious against Yahweh. How much more after my death? Gather unto me all the elders of your tribes and your officers, that I may speak the words in their ears, and call heaven and earth to record against them. For I know that after my death," this is Moses talking, "ye will utterly corrupt yourself." How to corrupt yourself? The more is going to Islam. All right, going to Christianity. All right, because that's at the Constantine. Not to say there was an Israelite who wholeheartedly believed in the Bible, and follow the law, statute, commandments of the Bible as it is. What was that guy name? Saint Maurice. Saint Maurice. He worked for the Roman Empire, and Esau sent him to put a rebellion down in Israel, I believe Jerusalem, and he wouldn't do it. All right. And another thing, he followed dietary laws. He wouldn't eat pork. All right. So yeah, not all Moors were into Islam, man. Like I said, you have Moors obeying the law, statute, commandments. All right. It was confederate of different groups. All right. Majority of Israel. All right. It says right here. It says. It said, "For I know after my death you will utterly corrupt yourself." This right, corrupt yourself with Islam. All right. "And turn aside from the way which I commanded you, and evil shall befall you in the latter day," the last day. This is the last days, "because you will do evil in the sight of Yahweh to provoke him to anger, though the work in their hand." The last day, starving Yahweh was crucified on the cross, man. All right. So this right here, you've been mocked, one of the curses, man. All right. So we're gonna go to there. We're gonna prove that Moors are not African. All right. We go Exodus 11:7 said what? Yahweh put a difference between Egyptian and Israel. All right. So they make a difference between two different groups, man. You go right here. This is from the book. Let me see. Yeah, this is page 6 from the book Golden Age of the Moors by Ivan Van Sertima. It says right here, it says the essay of Renuka Rashidi and James Bruce provide us with one of the most comprehensive examinations of the use of the word Moor, but they concede that it is still difficult to arrive at the precise ethnicity of a Moor through Moor terminology alone. The fact that the term was originally intended to refer black or dark-skinned person, as they had shown, does not mean that everyone called a Moor is an African or African descent. All right, bam. Okay, let's go right here, page 250, the same book. It says right here, it says they were both the products of positive racial mixture in North African Spain, only their culture and religion travel would have enabled an outsider to distinguish one from another. All right, you skip down here, it says, well, for centuries, Muslims, Christians, and Jews had lived side by side. In many instances, so intermarried new family were part Muslim, part Christian, and part Jew, because they were the same people. They were just in different philosophies. All right, one was into the law, statute, commandments, one into Christianity, the other was into Islam. It's talking about the Moors. It says, where here, up and read up. It said, during their long tenured rule, the Moors had set a pattern of peaceful symbiosis and their tolerant treatment of Christians and Jews, and a new class of non-Mazara Christians under Muslim rule was appear as major or Muslim living under Christian rule. All right, because they was the same nation. These were Israelites. All right, they were the same people, man. All right. Go right here. It says Sarotti. Go down here. Talking about the Moor. Then right here is go to let me see. Oh man, I think I had it down here somewhere. It's a lot. Just bear with me. Here you go. Right here. It said, all right. It said it is age revealed by mascot Sarotti Mohr, first debuted 100 years ago, who was until recent a small, stereotyped, dark-skinned boy or possibly man from the Orient. Orient. All right. When they talk about the Orient, what do they mean? What they talking about? They from the Orient. All right. So let's find out. Okay. Definition of Orient. All right. So we got Wikipedia, Orient. All right. It says Orient is a term for each tradition comprising anything that belongs to the Eastern world in relation to Europe. It is ultimate of Occident, the Western world, or Western world called Occident. In English, largely a metonym for and contemporaneous with the continent of Asia, loosely classified into the Near East, Middle East, and Far East. All right, yeah, because you have bodybuilder competitions. If you're from the Middle East, you'll be in the as a best you be in the Asian bodybuilder competitions. All right. Okay. All right. So the Moors, like I said, the Moors were Israelites. They was the one they was enslaved over here. Okay. Now let's look up Black Moor definition. All right. Let's see, dictionary. All right. It says right here. It says black Moor for the black. So we're not black. All right, we're Israelites. It says right here, contingent term used to refer to any dark-skinned person, right? Dark brown person. All right. It says right here, used for note, so-called Blackamoor or Blackmoor was originally black people from North Africa. All right, so they're not black. These are dark-skinned people of Shemitic descent. All right. From the nation of Israel, living different philosophies. All right. From North Africa, who worked as servants and slaves in wealthy European houses. Hold on. It said from North Africa. All right. Yeah, because some new Jakes did come from North Africa and from Levant and West Africa, man, but they're the same people, man. All right. So this says right here, it says Deuteronomy 28 and 30. It said, thou shalt betroth a wife and another man shall lie with her. That happened. You look at the movie Roots. All right. With Kinsey. All right. It said, thou shalt build an house and thou shalt not dwell in. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof. This is what happens. It says what they work as servants and slaves in wealthy European households. All right. It said the native continuation term comes from the historical association with servitude from the possession that black Moors were strange and exotic. In 1596, Queen Elizabeth I targeted for deportation. It was because she was so-called black herself. All right, she was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. All right, because the original British and English, those were Israelites. All right, most likely it might have been a different doctrine, a different way of life, man. Because the Moors, they was into Islamic doctrine. And the original British and English, or British Moors, they was into what? The Bible. All right. Well, Jake just don't get along, man. Part of the curse, Deuteronomy 28 and 54, man. You know, like today, man, you got so-called West Indians. They don't get along with which are the tribe of Benjamin. They don't get along with some of them get along with Judah, so-called Negroes, man. All right. So they're just part of the curses. All right, let's see Moors. Get this right here. Moors enslaved. All right, because the first slaves that came over here to the America from the east was what? The Moors. All right, they was like the Moors, the Morano Jews, and the gypsy slaves, and the Berbers are all they was Israelites, man. All right. All right, it says all right, it says right here, it says Muslims were banned from America early as 16th century. It said long before today, the Zandi by terror attacks, Spain and England feared the enslaved Africans would be more susceptible to revolt if they were Muslims. All right, so we know these are Israelites. It says on a Christian day, 1522, 20 enslaved Muslim Africans, all right, Israelites, used machetes to attack their Christian masters on the island Hispaniola. Then governed by the son of Christopher Columbus, the settlers condemned to the grinding toil of a Caribbean sugar plantation, killed several Spanish and freed a dozen enslaved Native Americans, which proved that the so-called Native Americans, so-called natives of America are Israelites. So this is the tribe of Ephraim and Simeon right here. All right, it's in what was the first recorded slave revolt in the New World. All right, so it's a double cut. All right, it's some of the Jakes were Muslim. Those were the Fulani, I forgot the other tribes. All right, can't think of right now. All right, so here come also the Moors. That was among them. All right, so all the same people, man. The unrest was quickly suppressed, but it prompted newly crowned Charles V of Spain to exclude from America slaves suspected of Islamic teachings. He blamed the revolt on a radical idolatry rather than harsh reality of living a life of slavery. All right, no man, they tired of being slaves, man. Jay. It's about the time the Hispaniola revolt. Spanish authority had already forbidden travel by any infidel, whether Muslim, Jewish, or Protestant, to the New World colonies, right? Because you had some Jays that came over there as free, some came with slaves, man. They say they subjected any potential immigrant with a suspicious background to intense vetting. A person had to prove not just they was Christian, but there was no Muslim or Jewish blood among their ancestors, all right? Israelites, all right? Because you have Moors, they popping Edomite women. In generation, they child popped the Edomite woman, and that child popped the Edomite woman. All right, and they got what? Looking like speckled birds, man. All right. So let's go down here. It says right here, the decree had little effect as historian Toby Green. Inquisition reigned of fear. Brass and forged papers could get Jews to the New World with his great opportunity. Slave traders largely ignored the order because West African Muslims often were more literate, skilled in trades, and therefore more valuable than their non-Muslim counterparts. It said Ottoman and North African captives, so all these are Israelite, Ottoman and North African captives from the Mediterranean. I just read you, black ones came from North Africa, all right? It's the Moors, though, Israelites, all right, not Moor, not black. Those are not nationalities, but just for edification, so you know what I'm talking about. It said Ottoman and North African captives from the Mediterranean region, usually called Turks and Moor. Turks number Moors, man, from Turkey, all right, from the Ottoman Empire, man. Israelites, all right. It said respectively were needed to row Caribbean galleys or perform minimal duties for the Spanish overlords in towns and on plantations. All right. So go right here, man. So anybody try to come at you with this anti-Semitic, man, just point point the fact that Sarotti Mohr logo. All right. I'm gonna get it again right here. All right, just point this out and ask them. This is not anti-Semitic. All right. Oh, one more thing I'm gonna show you. Another thing is Julius. I think it's Julius Mia. I think that's how you pronounce it. All right. Ju, Julius. Yeah. I'm gonna show you. He known to use or more Israelite as his mascot. You see right here, they cleaned over you. They got the silhouette, but it's a Jake, man, with the fez and the puffy hair, the lips. All right. And this one good one right here. You can see. All right, I got the one right there where they trying to change. It's still dark. You got the dark lips. All right. Well, you look right here. Matter of fact, let me get this right here. You look. What is that? That's the shield of David. Now, our people they did dwell with the shield of David, man. All right, that's just part of history now. If I'm gonna wear it now, because I don't want to offend my brothers. All right. So it says right here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So why would this Edomite put this this right here on this Moor? All right, because they know that the Moors were Israelites in origin, man. All right, they know this. All right, your own enemy knows your history more than you. Okay, so this is it, and Shalom.